Hi everyone, I'm Jack, and today I'm gonna do a magic trick for you. Justin, I'm gonna need you to pick a card, alright?
I probably know this one.
Alright, hold on.
Shut up, Justin.
No, my friend is a magician.
Whoa.
Ooh, alright. Pick a card.
Can I look at it?
You can look at it.
Can I look at it?
Alright. Show the camera.
Wait, I didn't, hold on.
And then I'm gonna need you to take that card and write your name on that piece of paper.
Oops.
Now, as you see, I have the other cards in my hand, and I have the deck, and Justin should have written his name on the sticky note. Now, slide it back in.
What do I do with the paper?
Closed. Put it on the card. Alright. See how it's in here. I'm shuffling it up. This is when the magic comes in. Ready?
Oh my, yep, I've seen that. I've definitely seen that. The moment you threw it at the mirror, I knew exactly what was gonna happen.
That's so funny.
Welcome to the Jack Ruhl Show, everybody. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Jack, and today I'm going to tell you a story. Today's episode is going to look a little bit different than the average episode. Normally I have the 3 segments, but today I really just wanted to tell the story of how I came up with the idea of the Jack Ruhl Show. So let's get into it. There are 3 main parts to this story, so kind of going with the 3 segments, but the first part is the book I read. During my senior year, I got this book called Crush It by this guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk, aka Gary V, is one of my favorite entrepreneurs, favorite business CEOs, and he's just an incredible guy. And so this entire book talks about how if you can talk about the one thing you love more than anything else, if you can identify your passion and talk about it better than anyone else, for longer than anyone else, then you can create a living by talking about it online, using Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all these different social media outlets that you can use to build your personal brand through talking about your subject. And so I read this book and I thought, okay, well, what's my passion? And I figured out that I really love TV and film. And if I could talk about TV and film better than anyone else, for longer than anyone else, then eventually I could make a living from it using YouTube, Twitter, all those different social medias. But here's the challenge. I'm 19 years old and I've never been in the film and TV industry. So I thought maybe I can just document my journey instead and share what I'm learning with you along the way. So I've been trying to talk about my motivation and talk about my life and share it with you guys, but one thing I need to do more is talk about this kind of stuff and really just share about the TV and film industry. Right now I'm a student at Chapman and I'm a television writing production student, but I don't really talk about that as much as I should. And so lately I've been trying to build this personal brand using the Jack Ruhl podcast and the Jack Ruhl Show, and just trying to build that as much as I can and build a community. I just want to provide so much value to you guys that eventually when I come out with that book or come out with that hat or t-shirt, you guys will feel like you need to buy it because of how much I've given to you for free. And I just think if I can give more than I receive, then it's gonna work out for me. And who knows, maybe this show develops into something more, and maybe I get a sponsor or get Patreon, something like that I can get paid for doing this. But the main thing is, it's not about money, it's about passion. And so I really just wanna impact people through this show. And so I read this book and I thought, okay, well, what is my passion? And this kind of goes back to my junior year when I sat myself down and I said, Jack, if you could do one thing every single day for the rest of your life, what would it be? And the first answer that came to mind was, I want to make cool videos, take cool pictures, and share it with the people that I love. So I just did that. I started making cool videos, taking cool pictures, and sharing it with the people that I love. And so I think if I can do that better than anyone else, and for longer than anyone else, eventually I can use YouTube, SoundCloud, all these different social media outlets to build my personal brand that is Jack Ruhl, and eventually I'll be able to make money from it. Whether that's from book deals, speaking gigs, merchandise, all that kind of stuff. I just want to build that personal brand so that I can live my passion. Because I think the 3 things you need for happiness in life is to 1, work hard, 2, love your family, and 3, live your passion. There's a lot more to it, but those are the 3 essential things that I need to do every single day. I need to work hard, I need to love my family, and I need to live my passion. And that all comes straight from this book. I can't tell you how much I love this book. So halfway through my senior year, I came up with this idea that I want to start a YouTube TV show documenting every single day of my college life. Because in high school, there's a lot of stuff I wanted to remember, but in college, they say college is the best 4 years of your life, so why wouldn't you want to remember it? So I came up with a plan. I watched the top 10 YouTube vloggers, and I documented what I liked about them, what I didn't like, what I think I could do better, what I think I could do okay, and I just wrote down every single thing, and I put it all into this one page that I called, you know, like my vlog or my TV show. I didn't really know what the name of the show was going to be yet, but I knew that I wanted to be unique, I wanted to be original, and I didn't want it to be like every other person's vlog. Casey Neistat is a huge inspiration, and he's really changed the vlogging game, but I wanted to make something original and something unique that nobody has ever seen before. So I figured, if I'm a television writing production major, how about my show be kind of like a TV show? So I just started pitching this idea to my friends, my teachers, my mom. My mom helped me a ton with this, and my dad did too. And I just talked to as many different people and got their ideas, but mostly it was just putting in the work to understand how can I make this my own, and how can I make this as effective as I can be? So I just got to it. And a lot of this stuff I didn't really figure out until I started doing it. I did have people that criticized me for this idea, saying that it's childish to want to be YouTube famous and that everyone's gonna hate me for this. But in reality, I didn't really care. I don't care to be YouTube famous. I don't care to make millions of dollars. I just care to document my life so that my grandchildren and my children can go back and see what I was like in college. Because already I can see that people are enjoying this, and that's a bonus. But as long as I'm making this for myself, that's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, I just want to be able to look back on my life and see my college self. And I think that's something that's really cool. Plus, it keeps me out of trouble. It makes me get up early and keep good habits, live a healthy lifestyle. Sleep is kind of difficult, but honestly, I get 6 hours of sleep a night, and it works for me. So that's something I had to figure out on my own. I had to figure out how I was going to make the show, how I can balance it with college and school and socializing. And there's just so many different things that I have to balance with it that, honestly, it gets kind of hard sometimes. But at the end of the day, the one thing I want to do every single day for the rest of my life is just make videos, take cool pictures, and share it with people that I love. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's kind of where my inspiration came from, and how I'm staying motivated with it. I thought a lot about it, and it kept me up late at night sometimes, but honestly, I'm having a lot of fun with it. And each day I'm getting a little bit better than the day before, and I think eventually it's going to turn into something a lot better than it actually is. Because I see it from day one to now, there's been such a change. Like my first episode, the pilot episode, like I watched that and I cringed because of how like terrible I think it was. But the episodes now, in 81 days, I'm sure I'm gonna think the episodes I'm making now are just as bad as the first one. And I'm just trying to create a better product each and every day so that I can just keep upping my game and become a better storyteller and become a better editor and a filmmaker and just all these things that go into creating the Jack Ruhl Show. And the best thing about it is that I'm having fun doing it. Because I don't think I could do this if I wasn't having fun. There's a clip of Steve Jobs that I go back to a lot talking about passion, and this is what he says.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, and you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that ended up being successful, unquote, in the eyes of society and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful loved what they did so they could persevere when it got really tough. And the ones that didn't love it quit because they're sane, right? Who would want to put up with this stuff if you don't love it? So it's a lot of hard work and it's a lot of worrying constantly. And if you don't love it, you're going to fail.
And that clip is so essential because passion is so important. If you don't have passion for what you're doing, it's not going to get you through the hard days when you have 3 hours of sleep and you just don't want to do it. But the passion for making this show and for making the podcast and distributing it to different places, that passion that I have for that makes it so much better. Because it's not for everyone. You kind of have to know yourself and know that if you want to do it daily, you kind of have to know your limits. And for me, I hate limits. So I try and tear those down as much as I can and just do it. Don't try and be awesome, just be awesome. That kind of thing. And there's a lot more stuff that's happened that I haven't put into this video. But that's the main story of it all. That I went from reading this book to having an idea and being self-aware enough to know what I want to do for the rest of my life. And that's something I'm super thankful for, that I know my passion. But the main thing I just want you guys to be able to take away from this is understanding that if you have a passion, You don't have to settle for anything less than what you want to do every single day for the rest of your life. So that's the story I wanted to share with you guys today. Just telling you about how I was inspired, the book that I read, and the challenges that I had to overcome to make the Jack Ruhl Show. And hopefully that makes sense. Alright, well that's it for the show today. I hope you guys got to know a little bit more about me and a little bit more about how I came up with the idea for the Jack Ruhl Show. Thank you guys for watching. And as always,
Be awesome.
Be awesome.
be awesome! And so
I'm so sorry, Jack.
Justin, what you doing, fam?
I'm trying to play Call of Duty.
It's being so loud. The main thing I want you guys to take away from this, but the main thing I want you guys to take...
Whoa!
Justin!
I'm sorry. I'm focusing too much.
Just trying to make my video. I just want to make the video and go to class. But I think a lot of people could make money and...
Ooh. I'm so sorry. I freaked out.
This kid.